Hello there, LCR. It is still the season of Epiphany where we celebrate that Jesus is revealed to us, God is with us, has made a home with us, and we can see God's power. And it is a reminder, as we heard in the Bible study on Monday, that three good disciplines of Christian living are works of mercy, the giving of alms, prayer, and fasting. And as you know, this congregation is very good with the giving of alms. And as we continue into the season of Lent, we'll go into more prayer and more fasting. That's really the trifecta. If you're looking for spiritual practices, if you do those three, Jesus says you have a pretty good fitness routine for spiritual health. Now, I got a call from Toyota of Huntington Beach last night. And as you know, those friends at Toyota have given us lots of grants over the years to help with our homeless outreach. And they said, actually, we want to ask the church if you would help us with a special project. Now, normally, almost everything we do is in Huntington Beach or Fountain Valley, but they said this is a special project for a young woman in Phoenix where they have one of their dealerships. And then the lady in charge of this effort sent me a news story of an absolutely horrific assault, something that was truly shocking, even for me, who's heard a lot. And one of the children who was involved in this, who's now a young adult, they're trying to stabilize and get housing. And she said, we're really trying to get this thing done, and we need partners to help us. And what we're hoping to do is give this person stable housing for a year so that they can get healthy and get into the next chapter of their life. So through your Good Samaritan Fund, we were able to support Toda in this effort to take a victim of a horrific assault and give her some stability as she moves into the future. So your reputation is far and wide. The people who have given us money have called us to say, can you support us? And actually, Toyota is going to match everything we gave. That's one reason they invited us, is everything we're giving, they're matching. And because they're matching, another group's matching. So actually, your gift is being tripled to support this young person. Wanted to show you a few things on my desk. Hopefully you've seen this in the email. This Friday, country line dancing. One of our friends, a young adult, Lolo Costello's daughter, Ella, she's going to be coming. Jessie Dennis is the one that connected us, and she's going to be teaching a dance. So if you don't know how to line dance, show up. The first dance is going to be easy. If it turns out that we have a group of proficient dancers, she's going to be prepared with an intermediate dance, even a hard dance. And if we never get past the beginning, we're going to have a lot of fun. Michelle's gotten all our chili and cornbread put together. It's going to be a fun night. So hopefully you can come out for some fellowship as we do some line dancing. Now I wanted to show you this sheet of paper on my desk too. As you can imagine, there's so many pieces of paper on my desk. But this is for the Japanese ministry. So Pastor Kim, we wish him Godspeed as he begins his new ministry in Torrance and as we continue to see his kids in our youth ministry. But guess who's going to be helping with the Japanese ministry? Well, primarily Pastor Takno and the leaders of the Japanese ministry are going to be leading. But yours truly volunteered at the beginning of the second service while you all are singing to go over and do some Japanese liturgy. And so we'll see how that's going to go. It might be English liturgy and then the rest will be in Japanese. But it's just a sign that we're one congregation, we're one people, and we love worshiping at the same time and being together at the same time. And so we have a plan to move forward as we're looking for the next Japanese pastor, but we didn't want there to be any interruption of service before then or until then. And here's something else on the desk. Actually, this isn't a piece of paper, it's a book, Reflections on Faith and Finances. It's a stewardship book, and as we've said, you're very generous. And MEF, our endowment fund, is in a process of planned giving with the ELCA, Lisa Higginbotham. They've been doing some great pre-meetings. They've adopted some policies. What we're trying to do is get the church's endowment kind of supercharged. So it's provided scholarships for Cal Lutheran. It's provided scholarships for the trip to Japan this summer. But we're really wanting to figure out how to make this an even more useful tool for God's work here at Resurrection. And John Valenta and that crew of people is doing a great job. And so Lisa Higginbotham from the National Church is going to come. We're going to do a book study on this book. Look, it's very thin. If you want a copy of it, we hope you'll read it with us. And then she's also going to do some meetings with folks so that we can do some planned giving so that that endowment becomes a powerful tool in the work of a growing church. So thank you for all your good work. Thank you for your generosity. Hopefully you can join us in something. You can join us in that book group. That'll be in February. We're going to have her come back in March. You could join us for line dancing this Friday. You could even join us at the Japanese service if you want to see me stumble through my attempt to appear to be Japanese, even though I'm nothing but. But it just goes to show all the wonderful things that are happening at LCR, all the good things that you have a part of. And thank you for your generosity that's helping someone after a horrible accident or assault, because you're giving them a chance for a bright future. This is what it means that God is revealed in our midst, that the people of God show up and the light of Christ shines in the darkness.